Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about replace URL with navigateByUrl method. Prior to this session, we talked about the skip location change, right? So in the continuation of the same, we are going to talk about the replace URL. We will try to understand what is replace URL, why do we need it, and what are the steps or structure that we are supposed to follow in order to implement this thing in our application. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use navigateByUrl method with replace URL. Okay. And for the sequential content and for the complete course, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available for all of you in the description box. From there, you can take the reference of it. There are 3000 plus free learning material available in Hindi as well as English language. So as per your priority, you can refer the content. Okay. And it will not cover only the Angular, but other technologies as well. Okay, so let's get started. Here you can see we are on the app.component.html file. I have noted down one heading that shows Angular 19 course by Sharmit. Post that, I will put the second heading that will show today's topic name. So today's name is navigateByUrl method with replace URL. So this is the thing that we want to learn, like what is replace URL, how to use replace URL with navigateByUrl method. Now here what I'll do, I'll put one HR, that is just a horizontal row, just to separate out these headings with the actual content that we are going to add here after this line number 9. Okay. Now we are good with the headings. Now to demonstrate this thing, we need at least one component so that I can show you, I can perform an example, right? So here I can see there are multiple components that are already created, that is about component, content component, not found component, services component. And for this demo, I will be using this about component. Okay. So in order to create this about component, what you are supposed to do, you need to write here ng, which is for Angular, g generate c component, and the name of the component, that is about. Okay, so this is the thing. When you press enter on this command, it will create this folder, this component for you with all these 4 required files, that is css, html, spec.ts and component.ts. In my case, it is already created. That is why I'm not creating it again. I will just simply go ahead and I'll show you these files. So like once it is created, like I kept everything as by default. I didn't change anything here except one thing, that is the about component.html file, because here previously like by default it comes with a paragraph, right, which shows about works. But here instead of writing about works, I changed it to about page. So that is the only difference that is the only change that I implemented here in this about component.html file. Okay, fine. So we are good with the component. Similar kind of changes I have made in this other component also. For contact, I made it as contact page. Okay, but we are not going to use this, so let me unexpand this, because we are going to focus only on this about component for this demo. So this is ready. Now it's time to go for route file. Why route file? Because in route file we will configure the path. So let's go there. It comes like this. You have to expand it, and here inside this we will write like this, path colon, and in path we will write here about. Okay, then a comma, then we will write here component. In component we will mention about component, and post that we should use one comma also. So this is nothing but a component, this is nothing but a path that we have configured here, and this path will help us to like when you click on this button, it will help us to go to the next page, next route. Okay, Fine. In case if you want to define other paths, you can like after this comma you can use curly braces and then a comma. So likewise you can add as many as you want, but here just to make the simple example, I'll go with one path only. Okay, fine. Now you can save it. So this thing is ready, route file is ready, component is ready. Now it's time to use it. So to use it, we will go to app.component.ts file. In this TS file, I will write router outlet in import, because we all know the importance of router outlet. Without router outlet, you won't be able to see the you won't be able to show the output. Okay, so let me write here router outlet, press enter, and now you can see it is added successfully. Okay, now after this what we will do, and make sure that it is imported, okay, otherwise it won't work. This line should be there in your code. Now once this is ready, now it's time to add the constructor. So I will write like this, constructor private, here I will write router colon router again and enter. So once you press enter, it will add this line, this import. Okay, that means router is added. Then we will use curly braces open close and post post that we will write the method. So basically here we want to see like how it is working with replace URL, right? So I will give the name accordingly. I will write here go to about with replace. Okay, so let me tell you the requirement. Requirement is that we want to show one button on a screen. When user click on that button, it should go for a particular route with, and it should replace the it should replace the URL and history. It should keep the history log. So overall difference between the skip change location and this I will show you practically, like when I show you the output, that time we will discuss on it. Okay, but for now we are just creating one button for that. We are creating one method for the button. Okay, so opening closing parenthesis curly braces, inside this we will write this dot I will simply write this dot router dot navigate by URL method, opening closing parenthesis, inside this we will write about, then a comma, and like a skip location change, here we will write replace URL, then a comma again, a colon, and not comma, colon, and then true. So this method is ready. Okay, so this is the method that we are going to call with the button. So for that we will go to app.component.html file. Here we will add the button. In button we will write go to about with replace. Okay, and in button we will write here click. Also we will write go to about with replace, opening closing parenthesis. So this is the method that will be executed when the user click on this button. Now to show the output, we will write here router outlet, and we are good with it. Okay, fine. So let's run the application. So here I will write ng server -- open enter. Wait for few seconds, then it will show you the output on the browser screen, and then we will make use of it. So here you can see we have this thing that is Angular 19 course by Sharmit, which is our primary heading. Then we have navigate by URL method with replace URL. Then we have one horizontal row and one button. So when I click on this button, like currently the URL is localhost 4200, but when I click on this button, it will take me to the about page. URL is also updated, but the back button is not enabled. That means it is replacing the history. It is not logging the history. Okay, and that is why we prefer to use it. Now my question is, what is the difference between the skip location change and the replace URL? So in case of a skip location change true, it takes us to the new page, but it doesn't show about or change in the URL. That means this part is not visible in case of skip location change. Both will not log the history, both will not provide you the back button because it is not logging the history. Okay, so if someone asks you the difference between both, so you can say that in case of skip location change, it doesn't expose the URL or it doesn't expose the path in the URL. Okay, it simply hide it, but in case of replace URL, it shows the path as well. when I'm saying path, that means this is the thing which is slash about or whatever we are using here. Okay, so yeah, that's all for the today's session. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.